out, and Dino digs in. Weightless on the takeoff, an absolute cavern comes out behind the spin.
Surfers in Portugal and Spain got the good news that they'll be allowed back in the lineup as quarantine rules in those areas have been eased just a little bit.
We can surf from Monday. Everyone can be back in the water. There's a few rules we need to respect, but yeah, stoked. See you guys in the water.
But meanwhile, in France, the beaches remain shut until June 2nd, despite the national lockdown ending on May 11th. And these empty waves, well, bittersweet, because they have been firing. An all-star crew, including Tyler Wright, Marks and Tatiana Weston-Webb, recently sat down for an episode of The Lineup with Dave Prodan. Talking waves of consequence, the ladies break down their heaviest sessions and talk about how a women's event at Teahupo'o could change the whole dynamic of the entire CT season.
Look, I'll be honest, that wave scares me. The first time I saw it, I think it was between 8 and 12 foot. It's the one wave that I'm actually petrified of.
Obviously, they're super heavy, intimidating waves, but I think that's the direction our sport's heading in, and I kind of say bring it on.
Red Tide has come back to Southern California and has been with us for the past few weeks. The ocean, well, it looks kind of like iced tea during the day, but at night, it's glow up. The bioluminescence has been going off. Photographer Beau Bridges has been documenting this natural phenomenon with two pros, Bruna Schmitz and Dane Zaun.
Always love being out here in the water, even when it's brown. Being out here at nighttime, it's like Avatar.
And a little further south in San Diego, Jacob Zeke got in on the action. The latest episode of Nick Vaughn Proff's YouTube series called Vaughn Prof just released today. Heading to Morocco to chase a heavy remote slab. Well, if you want to take a virtual surf trip, jump on board with Nick, but be careful. He likes to surf really scary waves. Well, for more about the beaches in Europe, The Lineup with Dave Prodan, Red Tide in Southern California, as well as Nick Vaughn Proff's Vaughn Prof, go to worldsurfleague.com. You won't be sorry. You're going to go down a wormhole. I promise you. There's no better way to come out of a month of quarantine than going straight into the tube. This is how Michel Perez celebrated his first wave after riding out the COVID storm.
First wave! Woo!
With restrictions easing in Tahiti, surfing is back. And Michelle, Jeremy Flores, and all the other surfers in and around the island are stoked. Empty tropical barrels, thank you guys. You're giving us something to mind surf. John Florence has dropped the final episode of his epic sailing adventure, Vela. Exploring some of the most pristine corners of the Pacific, he swings by the Washington and Fanning Islands with his crew. Shot during the early days of his recovery from knee surgery, he scores some playful lefts on his soft top. Surfing and exploration is something we all can't wait to get back to. So to be inspired, check out the entire series right now on John's YouTube page or on Outside TV.
We got in at first light in the morning. It was really cool. We were like in the lee of Diamond Head. We fucking made it. Diamond Head. It's an amazing feeling. You're coming off a voyage. 7 days of sailing from the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
With talent and power beyond her years, Caroline Marks is the youngest surfer to ever qualify for the Women's WSL Championship Tour. Her first season, the 17-year-old phenom won Rookie of the Year. The following year, she finished runner-up to the world champion and qualified for the U.S. Olympic team. And judging by this best of clip, she is just getting started. Go Caroline. Photographer and filmmaker Morgan Masson just dropped a beautiful edit with 2019 World Longboard champ Honolua Bloomfield. Focusing on her home on the North Shore, as well as some adventures abroad, it features the Hawaiian longboarder in her natural environment, the water. For more on Tahiti opening its waves, John Florence's epic adventure, Honolua Bloomfield, as well as Caroline Marks and the best of, go to worldsurfleague.com. Go ahead, do it right now. Get psyched. Bye. Do you like that? Well, if so, subscribe over there and then watch more videos over there. And then tell us your favorite videos down there. It's a 3-step process. Do them all now.